Alrighty, so I hope you guys enjoyed those B-roll shots. If you couldn't tell, we went in-store to pick these up. So I guess the backstory on these is that I was randomly scrolling through Instagram, or rather going through stories, and saw this local buy-sell trade shop have these Pine Green 2.0s for sale. Pre-owned, but really good condition for $200, so I jumped on it pretty fast. Deals like that on Air Jordan 1s seem to go pretty quickly at shops like these, so I did a paid hold and went to go grab them after work. Here they are. Shout out to them, 908 store in Montclair, New Jersey. I'll have their Instagram linked in the description along with my own, so be sure to go check us both out. The guy over there was super cool. He mentioned that he picked these up from the original owner for $100. It's one of those things where, you know, at those buy-sell trade shops, these guys are like, how much do you want for them? And I guess the previous owner was like, just give me $100 for them. So I thought I got a good deal for these at $200, but in actuality, the store did, getting them at $100, making a quick $100 profit after me buying them. That's the business. That's the way those shops sort of work. And we could talk more about resale prices in a little bit, but for now, here these things are. Just some background on these Pine Green 2.0s. They came out in late February of 2020, so about a year or so now. And really at the time, for most, including myself, it was a real hit or miss sneaker. I initially had passed on them, and ever since then, I obviously regretted it. So went back and grabbed this pair. I could say the same thing for so many pairs of Air Jordan 1s that I passed on over the last few years. So I'm definitely on a hunt to go back and grab them. Random aside too, I've been on a selling spree lately, you know, selling off things in the collection so I could open things up to buy sneakers like this one. And a pair that I recently let go of was my Air Jordan 1 Low in the Pine Green colorway. So there's been a void in my collection for the past few weeks now. So don't need to justify having these in my collection, but part of the reason why I bought these too is because I was missing that Pine Green pair of Jordan 1 Lows. So I mentioned I bought these in pre-owned condition, but if you guys take a look at them, they were already pretty clean to start with, and I added my touch of, you know, cleaning up these soles and the uppers as well as protecting them with some leather protectant. I'll have the cleaning products that I use linked in the description, and if you're interested in picking them up, be sure to use those links because it helps me out. But anyway, they cleaned up super nicely, and you know, they're pretty much passed as dead stock condition. You guys have probably seen these around for a while now, but I figured I could get into a quick review on them. So there's nothing quite special about these as far as color blocking goes. They're essentially dressed up in a black, white, green, and slight hits of red, and they're in this Air Jordan 1 High OG silhouette. So the black leather on here has a textured finish on it, but it's actually smooth to the touch, unlike the green leather, which one has a crazy tumbling looking texture to it and also has that pebbled sort of feel. Aside from that leather, you get your white rubber midsole, green rubber outsole. You get your black flat laces on top of a black nylon tongue. These also came with a set of red laces that matches the red Nike Air both at the tongue tag and at the insole graphic. And then beyond that, it's just a black inner liner, and that pretty much closes out the material makeup on the sneaker. I didn't mention it earlier, but they come with the standard black two-piece Air Jordan 1 box that we've become accustomed to. And inside's your standard paper, red laces, and the original owner had actually purchased these from StockX for a price of $275, which is a lot. Again, these are an Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG in a colorway of black, pine green, white, and gym red. Retail price is $170 back then. Overall quality on here I'd say is pretty nice. The leather is a bit deceiving on camera. It looks like a sort of lower quality leather. But in actuality, it feels pretty nice to the touch. I know this black leather, having them in hand, both leathers are super soft and plush to the touch. This black matte leather actually feels really, really soft, really nice. Same with the green. The finish on the green tumbled leather is a little extreme for me, but at the same time, it's definitely not like anything else I have in my collection. And off the rip too, before I had these in hand, I thought it would be like the leather on the Jordan 1 mids, more specifically the band pair that I had. You know, those had a very similar textured finish to the leather, and the quality on that leather was trash, but you know, pleasantly surprised on these. These things are super nice and definitely feel more premium. Standard Nike stuff, you know, you get your standard QC issues, you know, with glue being visible and whatnot, but otherwise, these things are not bad at all. Talking about sizing and fit really quickly as well, these are in a size 10, which is half a size up from my true size of 9.5s that I usually get in Air Jordan 1s. Really, I went up half the size just because, you know, this was the deal at hand and I really wanted them, so figured I could deal with the extra room considering the price that I paid for them. They are a little bigger than I'd like, but there are ways to mitigate that, like wearing thicker socks or, even putting in an additional insole in here. From a comfort standpoint, they're just a standard Jordan 1. There's no crazy cushioning or foams or anything. It's just a standard sneaker with basic cushioning. Overall wearability though, these things are definitely super clean. I think they're more of a fall-winter sneaker though, with the darker black and green hits. But also, who's to say? I could definitely see myself wearing these in the summer months with some shorts and some white crew socks. It's also worth noting too that these are the Pine Green 2.0. The 1.0 has a different color blocking to it, most notably has a sail color to them. And I actually prefer that 1.0 pair, but honestly, good luck in finding those for a good price right now. The market on ones has been and will continue to be super crazy. And speaking of which, I mentioned these had a retail price of $170 at the time. After the year or so since they've released, these things go for maybe around $250 plus now, and will continue to rise. Not only because it's a clean colorway, but also because the older Air Jordan 1s get, the more they tend to just appreciate in value. Looking at a few sneakers in the stacks there, I have the Phantom and the New York to Paris Air Jordan 1s, and both of those, at the time when they released, not a lot of people wanted them, and you look at resale prices now, they're sort of through the roof, so definitely a very similar situation with these Pine Green 2.0s. But you guys know me, I'm not really in it for the resale, so these are definitely a nice add to the collection. It's just nice to know that if I ever needed to sell these off, whether I was strapped for cash or needed to make room in the collection to pick up something else, I know at least I can make my money back on these, if not more. And just like Nike Dunks, you can never really have too many Air Jordan 1 highs, so I've definitely been trying to stack a lot more of these in the collection. Great wear for the fall months, but also the summer months as well, so definitely gonna hold on to these for a bit. Anyway, that about does it for this sort of pickup vlog and review. Let me know what you guys think of these Pine Green 2.0s in the comment section below. Do you think I got a good deal for them? Especially considering the condition as well. Is $200 a fair price for these? Let me know about it in the comment section below. And while you're there, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. As you know, I'm making these consistent sneaker videos on the channel, so it'd be great if you could run the numbers up. It helps keep me motivated to keep pushing out content. Also follow me on Instagram at StuffDon'tLikes, which I plugged earlier. And that's pretty much it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.